Delighted to be joined by Liverpool's Egyptian king Mo Salah, who marked the occasion with his 200th goal with his left foot for Liverpool today, another landmark. But I wonder, on a broader sense, in your 8 years at Liverpool, how does this compare with anything else you've experienced?
I think the best moment in my career probably for Liverpool. I know I won a Champions League before, but wasn't that special. Win the Premier League in Anfield and be able to do that impact like that, it's incredible.
It was an extraordinary atmosphere even before kick-off. How much in your head were you thinking, we have to stay calm amidst this madness?
I think when you play in Anfield, a few games like that, when you play semi-final or quarter-final Champions League, it's always the atmosphere similar to that. But I knew before the game that the atmosphere will be great, so I had to stay calm. I had to also be a good example for the young players. So I've been passing that experience before, so I handled it well.
And how do you find it playing in that position where you seem to be slightly further forwards when the team don't have the ball? You're able to stay a little bit ahead of the game. Is that something that you've worked on with Arne Slot? Has he told you to do that?
Yes, we spoke about it a lot. Sometimes in the beginning of the season he wanted me to defend that deep. Then I was honest with him. I told him, you can ask me to go inside our box, but my number will be completely different than now. But when I'm able to gamble a little bit here or there, I can make the difference, and you can see that during the season.
So you were able to negotiate that, were you?
I've been working with lawyer for many years. So. No, but he's a good person. He gives you the space to speak about everything you want, so it's makes a difference for us.
What was your thoughts when Jurgen Klopps left the football club and you knew Arne Slot was coming in? What was your first impression when the manager came into the football club?
I think the first thing in my head, like, I want to win it again without Jurgen, without Sadio, without Bobby, without these guys. I appreciate them a lot, but I want to win it without them. I want to say that I'm able to do it for the team, for the club, because I believe I can do it, so I'm glad that I did it.
And obviously Arne's a very different type of coach to Jurgen. What you've just said there about those one-to-one relationships that he has with the players, would you say that's a key part of how he coaches, understanding each individual player?
Absolutely. He's like, he asks you immediately what he wants you to do. Like, if you don't do it, he asks you again. I think in the pre-season, I remember he gets a few clips of me in the warm-up. Just like doing like this. What is that? Look at the young player behind you, and all of them follow. So, like, he's very honest. He speaks to you straight away. I think that's a huge difference.
Mo, what drives you? Is it legacy that you're going to leave at Liverpool Football Club?
Absolutely. I just want to be able that. If I leave the football in any time, I just want to say I give it all. I didn't hold here or there. I give it all. I'm happy about my career. I just go.
You've done okay.
So far, it's fine.
We've spoken to you plenty of times. You've always come and spoken to us here at NBC, and he's a numbers man. You remember, you know all your numbers. You're like all creative players. I think you set yourself targets, and that remotivates you. It seems that you're as dedicated and passionate about what's ahead as what you've achieved so far.
Absolutely. I love the numbers. That's something drive me every day to go to the gym and do my homework. So I will never stop that until probably I retired. So it's something that motivates me so much. So I enjoy it.
Okay, just a quiet night in then, Mo, tonight?
Sorry?
Just a quiet night in tonight?
Oh yeah, very quiet, you can see.
There you go, Rebecca. Mohamed Salah joining us live pitchside here at Anfield. And we're right in the midst of the celebrations, really. I mean, we've been able to virtually shake hands with most of the Liverpool players as they've walked past. Arne Slot looks like the coolest guy inside Anfield at the moment.
Incredible, isn't it? I mean, he's just embraced it. He was so calm on the touchline watching the game, but the way he's taken this team forward this season has been quite brilliant. But he's just enjoying the moment. I've been coming to Anfield since I was 10 years of age, maybe younger actually. I stood on the Kop originally. This was as good as I've ever heard Anfield. And this now, wow. I mean, it's mind-blowing. I was a little bit teary-eyed a minute ago. I was looking up and watching my nephew just enjoying the moment and thinking, just enjoy it because you don't know when this might happen again. Incredible scenes.
And it's one of those things, as a football player, you know, you achieve whatever you achieve during the season, whether that's overachieve or underachieve. Then you have a break, you go on international duty potentially, you come back and it's a reset, you've got to go again. So to your point, you have to really enjoy these moments. You try and absorb everything as much as you can, because once this once this moment's gone, they have to start preparing for the next game. And I think credit to Arne Slot and the whole backroom staff, the way they've got everybody focused on the job in hand today.
Yeah.
Tottenham were awful, absolutely awful, but Liverpool had a job to do and they did it absolutely brilliantly.
McAllister's won a World Cup, and after the game finished and the whistle blew, he just sat on the bench and just wept, just cried. I mean, you've got a guy there who's won the biggest trophy in world football, but at the end of this season, it's so emotional, the roller coaster that you've been on throughout the season. I mean, you said it in commentary, what a performance from him today, magnificent.
In terms of these wider celebrations, extraordinary scenes, but how much of this is down to the pent-up frustration of not being able to do this 5 years ago?
Yeah, it's his biggest message from the fans where they've been desperate to win it.
He now stood in the middle of the pitch as a Premier League champion. How does it feel? It feels great, but I don't think I want to say a lot. The only thing I can do now is send my appreciation to Jurgen. So there we go. Jurgen Klopps! Virgil van Dijk was speaking about how important it was for everybody to be in red. It was an absolute spectacle, and it was just a cauldron of noise right throughout the entire game today. Yeah. Yeah, it was. But I think even before the game, it was already clear that we couldn't lose this game. The way we arrived there with the bus, I think everybody who was sitting in the bus felt there's no way we're going to lose this game. And of course, the boys thought, let's make it difficult for us again to go 1-0 down. But they always find a way to win. So send them the appreciation. How was it possible, this wonderful football team, almost untouchable this year, you did it with games to spare. How proud are you of the players this season?
Incredible, incredibly proud. But not only on the players, I think everybody knows what the effort they've put in this season and for the last few years, but the people who are standing here, FSG, sports directors, everyone, my staff members, we should give them a big round of applause as well.
Just one more if I may. There's so many inside this ground that will have never seen this before. The fact that COVID robbed us of the opportunity to celebrate it all together. I know the other night it could have happened without playing a game, but how important was it and how emotional was it that everybody was together to celebrate this monumental moment?
This is all what you want as a player, I think as a supporter, as a fan, and as a staff member as well. So let's forget that it's the second in 35 years, it's the second in 5 years.
Well, our team at pitchside at Anfield, Stephen Warnock, Graeme Le Saux, John Champion, joined, I think, by a man who's never been more excited to be at Anfield than he is today.
Absolutely thrilled. We're having to keep him in check. I mean, you were born for days like this, being able to sing songs of praise for Liverpool and their manager, Gary.
It's a sobering day. Yeah, Manchester United worked very hard to get ahead of Liverpool, and I suppose the accolade of the most successful club was maybe in debate because of the importance of the league title, but after today, it's not in debate. You know, Liverpool go level with United and they've got more European Cups.
So there was that famous quote from your manager, Sir Alex Ferguson, we want to knock Liverpool off their perch. Today is the day when effectively they reascend that perch because no team will have won more league titles if they do it today.
Oh no, I say the accolade of the most successful club today, the debate is over. It's Liverpool Football Club. It's a great football club. I think just talking about Arne Slot there, what a great performance, a spectacular coaching performance, and they deserve it. They've been the best team all season. And one thing you always have to do if you're a United fan, if you're a Liverpool fan, if the other wins the league, you've got to make sure that you're gracious, and they deserve everything that they get today. Liverpool, it's a great day for them.
Graeme, how would you sum up Arne Slot's achievement?
I think the impact he's had is obviously there for all to see in terms of how he's adapted this team. tweak them slightly. He's so authentic, I think, as a coach, as Rebecca said in the studio. He wasn't trying to emulate Jurgen Klopp, wasn't trying to follow in his footsteps. It was how can he imprint his own values, his own style. And I think he comes across to me as someone who's very sophisticated and subtle in the way they approach the players individually, approach the tactical side of the game, but he's also a pragmatist as well. He adapts to the situation. He's not just fixated by one way of playing. I think when you bring all that together, he's made every individual player perform at the highest level, and some above their level that we expected, like Curtis Jones or Gravenberch. Players like that have gone to another level, which is fantastic.
And Stephen, I'm interested to know from you as a local, as well as a former Liverpool player, it's often said, and Jurgen Klopp was certainly a case in point, that being Liverpool manager is a lot more than just being a football coach. You know, there are all sorts of community responsibilities, if you want to put it like that, and he seems to have scored there as well.
Oh, he has, massively. He's understood the club straight away. I think he's leaned on ex-players as well at the club, and speaks to Sir Kenny Dalglish a lot as well. So he knows that. He's not afraid of that. He's not afraid to chat to those types of people. But Rebecca spoke about it there, about the first game at Anfield, where he didn't get sucked into giving a fist bump to the crowd and things like that. And the Liverpool fans are a bit like, oh, I'm not sure if I like that. Not sure if that's the right thing. Then also the style of play changed, and everyone was sat back thinking, we're going to have to create the energy. So the Liverpool fans have also had to adapt to Arne Slot coming in and losing the charismatic figure of Jurgen Klopp, and they've done that as well. And I think what they've seen is that an understanding of how to win football games in a different way, and understanding that there is a difference. Just touching on Graham's point as well, he's improved individuals, and that is a huge thing. Often we talk about managers, he's a coach as well, and he's improved.
And that was quite the welcome that Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool fans gave Arne Slot at the end of last season before he arrived. And in terms of most Premier League points won by a manager in their first season in English football, Arne Slot is on the list. He has 79 so far, of course, still 5 games remaining. I mean, just a look at some of these names, and how about Jose Mourinho? I mean, 20 years on, that is ridiculous. 95 points with Chelsea in that very first season, 2004-2005. And we're going to focus a bit on this Dutchman now, Arne Slot. Tim, it was so hard we saw at Manchester United. Yeah. We're still seeing at Manchester United trying to follow Sir Alex Ferguson. Hard at Arsenal trying to follow Arsene Wenger. Why has it not been hard at Liverpool trying to follow Jurgen Klopp?
Well, I think the disrespectful side of it would be this is Jurgen Klopp's team. I mean, he only made one addition in Chiesa and doesn't really play. But I think that's where the story begins, because I think it's a lot harder to take somebody else's players, albeit a phenomenal team, a Premier League winning team essentially, but for him to have his voice and put his mark on it from day one. You talked about in an earlier segment, the opening game, to be able to say, this is actually my team. That is where I've been so impressed with it, because how do you make this incredible team, who, by the way, plays a different style than the one that you actually want to play, and turn it around? These players understand one way to play football. He said, no, we're going to change some things. And normally that takes time. Normally that takes the better part of half a season at least. They hit the ground running, apparently preseason. He was on them every day, all day, and he got his word across, and his voice was the loudest.
Of course, Robbie, we will never know. But it makes me wonder, had he stayed, would they have won the title?
Yeah. I don't think so, Bex.
You don't think so?
No, because I think it'd come to a natural conclusion. There was little things starting to happen, little cracks just appearing in the relationship with Salah, Andrew Robertson, Darwin Núñez. There was a few little cracks there. And the biggest thing this guy's had to come in to do is not just replace Arne Slot, the manager, the personality, the character who ran that football club and won things. And he's come into this football club, Rex, and the biggest strength he has, for me, is less has been more. He hasn't come in and gone, right, this is what we do, we fly, we're going 3 at the back, we're doing... He's just gone in, he's looked at things very carefully, and he's tweaked them. And the other thing I'll just point to is his man management. There's all talk about, he has meetings with groups of players, individuals, he gets them on side. It's as though he's calmed things down in the dressing room, and they reaping the benefits of that.
It's interesting you say less is more, Tim. I don't know if you remember, really early on in the season, he was criticised a bit by some Liverpool fans because he didn't go over and he didn't give all the hugs and he wasn't Jurgen Klopp, but he stuck to who he was. Do you think that's been key?
Yeah, it's been impressive, and Robbie makes a great point. I think about Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Mo Salah, these contracts being up, and I remember thinking, I'm going to sit back and watch this, because I'm not sure I've heard him mention it at all. It's just it's been hanging over the club, and when the manager doesn't address it, and when the manager has a certain air about him and aura about him, the rest of it takes care of itself.
Arsenal are into their first Women's Champions League final in 18 years after they beat Lyon 4-1 in the second leg to win the tie 5-3 on aggregate. Lyon goalkeeper Christiane Endler conceded an own goal before Mariona Caldente's stunning strike in first half stoppage time turned the tie around for Arsenal. Alessia Russo added a third goal in the second half before Caitlin Foord capitalised on an error to score a fourth, and Lyon's Dumornay pulled a goal back as it finished 4-1, 5-3 on aggregate. Arsenal will now play Barcelona in the final after they destroyed Chelsea's European dreams for another year. Chelsea were taken apart by Barcelona at Stamford Bridge, losing 4-1 on the day and 8-2 on aggregate. Aitana Bonmati scored early to all but end any hopes of a famous comeback, and Barca were merciless, adding 2 more in 2 minutes just before half-time. Salma Paruello making it 4-0 late on. Chelsea did eventually pull one back through Vika cap time, but it was a humiliating defeat across the 2 legs for Sonia Bonpastor and her players.